I will tell you that Woodrow Wilson is the one that segregated the military. The military wasn't segregated before the First World War. It was Woodrow Wilson that segregated. So the tower could have even been, the desegregation of
Yeah,
military and
that's
what began
that's
too.
what I thought too.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our channel, The Three of Pentacles. We are three tarot card readers that read on world events, and also we do personal readings and other things like that. But today we're continuing our Black History Month, and we're going to be reading on the Tuskegee Airmen. But before we get started, let me introduce my soul sisters. We have beautiful Kaila
Hi,
and beautiful
everyone.
Lynn.
I'm beautiful Barbara.
And
All
beautiful.
right, yeah, that's right. Why I keep forgetting my name? Barbara. All right. So this is what we're going to be doing. Just want to let you all know that what we do is for entertainment purposes only, but not really in some instances. But entertainment only. I'm going to only say it once. All right. That's it. And we'd like to thank you all for liking and sharing and subscribing and looking at our videos. Thank you. We're a new channel that's constantly growing, so thank you. We just want to put the word out there. So let's get started. All right. Before we get started, actually, just want to let you all know because some people don't know about the Tuskegee Airmen. Let me just read a little bit off for you. Okay. The Tuskegee Airmen were credited by their higher commands. They were a group of Black, some of them are African American, a few of them were from the islands as well. But Tuskegee Airmen were credited by higher commands with the following accomplishments. 1,578 combat missions. There were 1,267 of the 12th Air Force, 311 for the 15th Air Force. So they did a lot. At least 60 were part of the Purple Hearts. They won 14 Bronze Stars. So they were airmen that were deployed also overseas. And a lot of them were killed in training and non-combat missions. So we had this group of Black men, let's just say brown-skinned Black men that were going to war for America. And a lot of people don't know that. So that's why we just wanted to let you all know that this group did exist. And you can Google it, you can look it up. Actually, we're reading off of Wikipedia, I believe it is, this fighter group. They were called the 332nd Fighter Group. So that number rings a bell, 332 in Masonry.
And this movie is a propaganda film that was used to highlight the Tuskegee Airmen, and we will provide the link below if you want to watch it. It's just a 10-minute video on how they came about and everything else. I found it pretty interesting. And it was narrated by former President Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, how about that? And you know what? After segregation in the military was ended in 1948 by President Harry S. Truman with an executive order, the veteran Tuskegee Airmen found themselves in high demand throughout the newly formed United States Air Force. Some taught in civilian flight schools, such as Black-owned Columbia Air Center in Maryland. And on May 1949, Air Force Letter 35.3 mandated that Black airmen be screened for reassignment to formerly all white units according to qualifications. So how about that? You know, there's a lot going on back then. These guys were busy. They were intelligent. They were very studious. Even Lynn brought up that some were scientists slash sharpshooters.
It said that the pilots not only had to, pilot the plane, but they had to be sharpshooters, they had to be scientists because you had to know the wind ratios with the flight. And if you're going to be dropping bombs, you have to know what the wind speeds are and what the directions are because you want to make sure the bomb goes. There's a lot to it, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. Black men in the Army, in the Air Force, in the air, Black airmen, let's say, and a lot of people do not know that. So just want to let you all know. Tuskegee Airmen. So we're going to read on them today. All right, look them up, Google it, do some research, do your own research, and tell us what you think about the Tuskegee Airmen. But right now we're going to do a general poll, or we're going to ask, what is it that we're going to ask about these fellas? Highly intelligent, highly studious. Look at them. They're not picking cotton. They're not like working for people. They're doing
They're going
intelligent
off to
stuff.
war, protecting American interests. So, Kyla,
Exactly.
you're going to draw for us?
Yeah, so this is, I have to say, thanks to Lynn and Barbara for drawing this to my attention because previous to this, I heard the name, but I was not very much aware of it being non-American. So let's see what the cards have to say because, from our research going through the past few years of waking up, I would say not a lot of history has been true. There's a lot missing. So what is our question going to be today? Was there truth and integrity to these men and what was portrayed in the history? Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That sounds good.
And I have to thank Lynn for bringing it up because she brought up the fact that, we're in Black History Month, and I didn't really think about it that much, but she says, hey, let's do something about it. So thank you, Lynn, for bringing that up
You're welcome.
and bringing up the subject of the Tuskegee Airmen. Appreciate that.
Nice to go through history and find out, what we've been lied to and what we haven't. And we found out some interesting things. We've got some more videos coming for y'all, for sure.
Exactly. And not only that, in school, they'll tell you some history, but they will withhold other pieces of history.
Yep.
And this was one that was kind of withheld because all of my years in elementary school, middle school, and high school, yes, I went to all three, and part of college, I didn't hear that. I remember I didn't hear not one teacher bring this up in history, not one. And if they did, they kind of skimmed over it. So it didn't say, well,
Yeah,
hey,
it
you all
was
need to
like-
pay attention to
Yeah,
this.
it was like
Didn't
one
do
of those
that.
little paragraphs, all black unit of pilots or something like that. Yeah, for sure. And nowadays you hear that they have Marilyn Monroe in American history because, yeah, Marilyn Monroe is really important to American history.
We might have to pull on Marilyn because she might have been undercover for something. Who knows?
We could do her in our entertainment series that we're going to start.
Yeah. But face value, we would think, how come she's in the history books? Just face
Exactly.
value. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Kaila's doing our high-speed picture taking for the draw.
Super high tech.
yeah.
And don't forget, just because we're reading the cards, we're telling you what we see in the cards, but do your own research.
Hey,
Yes.
vet things out for yourself.
Yep.
Use your intuition and your critical thinking, right?
Absolutely.
Take out
Absolutely.
your magnifying glass.
Mhm.
Take a look.
Hold on a second.
All right, let's see what Kaila has gotten. So, all right. So, how was the question that you put through?
Yes. Was there truth and integrity to these men and how they've been portrayed in history?
Those are interesting cards there.
Got two major arcana, so I would say yes. I mean, I'm
3 major arcana.
well, yeah, but I'm just talking in the first row. But yeah, I mean, there was definitely lots of battles to overcome and go, Kaila, Barbara, go, Kaila, go. You drew cards. Go, girl.
I'm going to let Barbara start this one.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, the first card that comes up, any question that we ask tarot, and if the first card that comes up is usually the one that kind of sets the mood of the whole spread. So the judgment, you can see that angel blowing that horn, it's waking up the dead. It's like, wake up, it's a wake up call. This is warning, wake up, listen to this. So that automatically, and plus it's a major arcana. Major arcana is the cards that have the name at the bottom. So just by that one card, even if we didn't pull any other cards, even if Kaila hadn't pulled any other cards, that would give me a yes that there's truth and integrity to it. The world it kind of makes me feel that it was known around the world, but kind of held back from us due
With the
to
King
the
of Cups
king,
underneath. Yeah.
due to the King of Cups underneath. Yeah, the King of Cups, he can be kind of shady. The Emperor in the past shows me that there were good guys behind the whole project, because the Emperor is someone that's a leader. He's a good guy, he's a leader. He's very confident. So it makes me feel that the good group of people kind of form this group together. And that's probably why you didn't hear much about it in school if you went to school in the United States, because a lot of good things that came out of history, they tend to kind of like sweep it under the rug. So I just get that from the first few cards. What do you get, Kaila? I'll let you move forward with it.
The emperor in the past could also be systems and structures, right? So how rigid the military was in the past, so, and having to overcome that. So they being these airmen being a judgment wake up call, having to put in a lot of hard work to receive that recognition with the Nine of Wands just below. So I do get the idea of these men, it is real. With the World and the King of Cups, this represents things coming full circle. So it sort of represented a victory for the Black community, heading into this sort of endeavor. With the King of Cups, a lot of emotional things being balanced and having to go through a lot of things, also with the Ten of Wands in the middle. So there was a lot of hard work, a lot of things went into this actual, event of them being able to participate in this. And then we have the Six of Wands, which is a victory card. So it did represent a sort of victory coming out after a lot of hard work again at the last minute, and after a lot of hidden things and probably not so good things with the King of Cups as well. We do have the Tower and the Page of Swords as clarifiers. So I think there's a lot of gossip and innuendo also around this. I am getting that. I don't believe that every single thing that came out would have been exactly to the point and true. And I think the information is going to come out with the Tower and the Page of Swords in the future. That's what I'm getting.
I agree. I'm going to give you guys a little more history about this,
Mhm.
because this basically, what was it, with Truman, Barbara, desegregated then the military after this. So,
Yeah.
or at least the flight school and whatnot. I will tell you that Woodrow Wilson is the one that segregated the military. The military wasn't segregated before the First World War. It was Woodrow Wilson that segregated. So the tower could have even been, the desegregation of
Yeah.
military and
That's
what began
that's
too.
what I thought too.
Yeah, yep, yep.
That's
So
what it
yeah,
was.
they worked their butts off, and they had a victory to show the world that Black men were just as capable as white men, and I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that could have been that mandate, just like you said, on because it said here it says on the 11th of May 1949, the Air Force Letter 35.3, what I previously read, mandated that Black airmen be screened for reassignment to formerly all white units. So that means I think that's what
Yeah.
it may be that tower
And
that
and
happened.
the tower could have definitely been, because
Yeah.
that, there was still a lot of prejudices. So the white men going, oh, now we got to have Black men in our units and da da da. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
And
so
they're just as good as us,
yeah.
some of
And
them even
that could
better.
have been the gossip and innuendo too,
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
know how men are no different than women. They can be catty about that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Especially in the military, I would suppose.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, and all in all, I would say that it's true the way it's portrayed in
Yeah.
what we read off, uh and also the tower could be when they desegregated the military,
Mm,
and that's when the veteran Tuskegee Airmen were in high demand. So
mhm.
when you all of a sudden are in
Yep.
high demand, and then you have somebody that has already been working, that's going to cause a little bit of like eye roll, and they're going to roll their eyes at it. So
Yep.
that could be just that Page of Swords, just like you said.
Yep. Yep.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Then we're
Learning
gonna
something new every day.
then we're gonna ask about the movie. For those of you that didn't know, there was a oh, this is an HBO one. That's Lawrence Fishburne. I didn't even see that one. I was looking for the movie. I didn't realize HBO had a special on them. Did you guys?
Nice. No, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
The Tuskegee Airmen movie. So that's Lawrence Fishburne
That's
again.
I guess maybe HBO
Took
must
the
have done,
movie.
yeah, did the movie. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we're up to date then. We're just missing the movie. You saw this movie here,
I saw
Lynn?
that. Yeah, I saw it. I
Okay.
forgot that Lawrence was in it. I totally forgot he was in it. Yeah, I saw it, I think when it came out. It was a really good movie. So we're just gonna ask quickly if there was truth and integrity to this movie. If is it a good historical balance? I mean, there's a little bit of a love story, so who knows if that was true.
Mhm.
Uh, But yeah, no, I enjoyed the movie.
So would you like to pull? Would you like me to pull?
No, you can pull. I'll work the screens.
Okay. All right, perfect. Because you have your hands full already. So how do you want to formulate this question?
Was there truth and integrity? Did the movie, um, the
And to
Tuskegee
what
Airmen?
extent, maybe?
Was there
Huh?
truth and integrity?
And to what extent, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would
Yeah,
expect it to
thank
be a
you.
little bit of both. I mean, there had to be some
Mm-hmm.
leeway with it with the love story, but
Yeah.
the love
Mm-hmm.
story was true. Who knows?
So is there truth and integrity to the Tuskegee Airmen movie with Lawrence
Lawrence
Fishburne?
Fishburne. Yeah. Looks like
Okay.
Cuba Gooding was in it too. I don't recognize the other guys, but that looks like Cuba Gooding was in that one too. That's his name, right? Cuba Gooding?
Believe
I
so.
don't, which one is he? I mean,
Cuba
I know Cuba Gooding.
Gooding.
Yeah, I know that actor, but I don't know which one
Yeah.
he is. I don't know. I didn't see the picture.
Red Tails. Oh, Red Tails was the movie I was thinking of. Red Tails. That was it. I forgot. Okay. That's the
Okay.
movie I saw. I don't think I saw the one with Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay.
All right, so that's something that we can watch, and we can
Mhm.
let everybody else know that kind of like if you want to watch it and let us know. All right, my pull is uploaded, so we'll take a
Holds
look
up
at
loaded.
that.
Yeah, I watched Red Tails. That one I know was a good movie. This one was the love story. So I might be wrong about the
Nice.
HBO. Sorry, guys.
Don't worry, we pardon you for that.
That's
Didn't
okay.
realize there was an HBO. Now I have something else if I can go back and watch.
Red
I'm
Mhm.
like,
Tails looks pretty good.
Red Tails was a good movie.
All right, so if there's truth and integrity to the
Wow.
movie with Lawrence Fishburne, I would just look at that, glance at it, and say, yes, there was.
Yes, I would say so too.
Because why? What's the first card that came out that gives us truth and integrity?
Queen of Wands. Queen of
The
Wands.
Queen of Wands. When the Queen of Wands comes out, she is for truth, she's for integrity. Now, she could be someone that's really connected to her intuition because you see she has a little black cat sitting down in her at her feet. But with all the cards around her, we have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords. We have swords down below the Queen of Wands, and that means kind of like battle. Could be a battle.
Which I'm sure
Uh,
was, battles in the show since they had the battle, proving that they could actually be just as good of pilots as anybody else.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
A
So
lot of
all of this
obstacles
gives
to
me
overcome.
all of this gives me what do you think about it, Kyla?
Yeah, I'm getting that truth and integrity with the Queen of Wands, King of Swords, as you said, and truth coming in quickly with the Knight of Swords. It was depicting a sort of kindness by giving that information with the Six of Cups below. Now, interestingly, we have the Five of Swords and we have the Two of Wands just below. And I'm getting the sense that, yes, generally there was truth and integrity, but they did hold some things back and played it safe on some instances, unlike pretty much any movie is going to do, right? But it does represent a victory with the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands as clarifiers there as
And
well. So,
with the Knight of Swords, it could mean that this movie was actually done by the White Hats.
no,
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
And the Eight of Cups, what do you all think about that? Do you think somebody walked off the set in the movie? Do you think somebody
It
walked
could have
off the
been
set?
the original screenplay was just taken away by the White Hats too. That the baddies were going to portray it in a different way. Who knows? So
Souls, that card means usually soul searching. He's leaving those cups behind and going off in a new direction. So, with regard to the movie, this is an interesting one.
Yeah,
I think
it
that
could
could have
be
meant they just cut up the old screenplay and brought in a brand new one.
that could also mean
Okay.
that they probably kept the old screenplay, but they kind of left some things out of it that
Mhm.
probably wasn't
And that
important
too.
because if you have the
Yeah,
Queen of Wands and a King and a Knight of Swords, that you got enough. You got more than enough that you need, and they just probably left something out that other people probably wouldn't have.
makes sense. And with the Eight of Cups, it's sort of like 80% it gives you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could be too. Barbara, you want to pull two more clarifiers, and see if Red Tails? since we asked about the HBO, just clarifiers, was Red Tail's Truth and Integrity as well? Ooh,
Seven of
strategy
Swords.
behind that,
There,
huh?
there's some type of strategy behind that. So it's kind of true, but kind of like,
Well,
let's
and
see
that's
what else we
one that
got.
had the love story too behind it. So,
I
and
did get
The
that's
Hermit.
interesting.
the Hermit though.
That's interesting.
So it's almost like shining light on some of the shadiness.
Could have been.
Or it could be, yeah, maybe it was used as a strategy to get out, but then there's some things that are still hidden, maybe, but that, the first card that comes up is this one. This just gives me either a strategy or a shadiness. Because you were asking me, well, how did you ask that question? Was it
Was there
Okay.
Truth and Integrity to the Red Tails movie? That was their version of the Tuskegee Airmen. So
okay? If I just pull this one card, that gives me a no.
Is a
And
strategy.
somebody came in and showed, and maybe they were trying to show us that movie, the way they did the movie. How could I put this?
you want to pull
Maybe
two?
they, maybe they put this, yeah, maybe they put this out to let you know that they weren't really telling you the truth about that and do your own research.
Could
Because this
be.
is a good card. It's like a going within and the wisdom. I'm
Yeah.
looking for the trouble, the wisdom.
Oh.
But
Terrence
maybe it's
Howard
also
and
shining a light.
that, yeah.
Maybe it's shining a light. Okay, what do you put
Okay,
one
that
more?
movie came out in 2012. That could have a lot to do with your strategy too. That was an election year with Obama. That was his
Okay,
second. That
I
was his
pulled
second.
a third one.
Mm,
There you go. That's what I was talking about. Now
Mhm.
this guy hides stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be a fatherly figure and very affectionate,
Yeah.
but when you get a card like the Seven of Swords, it's like, somebody being shady, and that guy is definitely shady next to him.
Oh, and
That ain't
who did I just say was running for re-election? Wasn't too
Oh,
shady, was he?
oh, that is a really interesting time to bring this show out when we had the first Black president coming in, wasn't
Yep.
it?
Yep. That could have been the strategy.
shady.
Mm,
Ah, all right. Oh, by the way, people, these aren't always shady.
No.
This card could be
Depends on how they're
like a strategy card, depending on the question. It could be a strategy card. I don't want to make these guys look like cops. Oh, sorry if I said that. Okay, well, I'll cut that out. But yeah, he could be a strategy as well. And this guy, like I said, he's a nice fatherly figure. He's very psychological. If you have a problem that needs to be solved psychologically, he's one of the ones that you want to come to. But sometimes when he's aspected or next to a card that's not a cool card, he turns bad really quickly. So just want to clear that up.
Right. And lastly, just for clarification, we do not want the Tuskegee Airmen confused with the Tuskegee experiment. The Tuskegee experiment was between 1932 and 72, which did take place during the Tuskegee Airmen period, but that was a syphilis study done to 400 African American men in the Alabama area. And that's a whole other animal, not to be confused with the airmen. So perhaps do your own research to compare, to find out the difference between the two. We're going to thank you all for this Tuskegee Airmen. We hope you all appreciated it. And beware
Yeah,
of
thank you.
scammers. We will not contact you first.
Exactly. And thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and thank you for watching all of the videos. And we are also, right, Kaila, we're on Facebook.
We're on Facebook, we're on Rumble. Yes,
All right,
please join
excellent.
us on our
And
community.
our community on Facebook. Absolutely. And also, right, Kaila and Lynn, vet for yourself, do your own research.
Research.
Just don't take our word for it.
That's right.
Meantime, thank you from the Three of Pentacles. And
Bye.
thank you for watching.
Yep.
Bye-bye.